What's going on, boys and girls? We're going to do a gluten-free pizza recipe today. It's going to be like any pizza you've ever seen before. It's going to be not like any pizza you've ever seen before. It's going to be a black-eyed pea and chicken sausage and ground chicken pizza recipe. I haven't decided for a name for this. This is strictly off the cuff. I'm fixing this for my wife because she can't eat the traditional stuff that you put on pizzas and things like this. So we kind of experiment on pizza sometimes, and they have been coming out good. Let's see if this one comes out good. All right, of course, now we're going to make the pizza out of this Bob's Red Mill gluten-free 1-to-1 flour. This type of flour right here, guys, it's a rice flour. You can use it 1-to-1 just like you would a regular old wheat flour. So of course you're going to have we got the meats in there. That's just some ground chicken. This is some chicken sausage. You got black-eyed peas. Got some um, dill pickle relish. Got some rosemary. Got a bell pepper. Got an onion. This is we're going to have to let it rise a little bit. We're going to use a little bit of SAF instant yeast. We use some salt, some paprika, some white pepper. What am I missing? I'm going to use a little bit of ketchup in our salsa mix. You're going to have to see how I make this salsa. Of course, we got the cheeses. Those are key for a pizza. So let's put this stuff together. Oh, one thing I forgot about. You got to have a little bit of sugar to make that yeast activate and let it rise. So go ahead and warm up your water to, you want it to be hot water, but not burning hot because you don't want to deactivate the yeast. Alrighty, we've added about a teaspoonful of that SAF instant dry yeast to 3/4 of a cup of water, and we're going to let that kind of activate. Should become nice and foamy about 5 minutes or so. And if it doesn't become foamy, it might mean that you've got some bad yeast, guys. So this should come foamy in about 5 minutes. Now, while we're waiting on that, we're going to go ahead and heat up and cook the sausages and the ground chicken. This stuff was frozen, so put a lid up there, guys, and just cook it like you would. Cook it till it's done. Also, you do want to add a little bit, about a tablespoonful of sugar in there, again, to help it to activate. And I hope I said tablespoon, not a teaspoon. A tablespoon. Alrighty, you see how that stuff is frothed up like that? So that's how you want it to be. We got 2 cups of flour. And guys, I forgot about we need 1 egg, and we need 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar and 1 tablespoon of oil, olive oil. This right here is avocado, coconut, and safflower oil. We'll need that as well too. I've got my black-eyed peas cooking over here. I've got my my meat cooking over here, my chicken. And as you see, I chopped up my onions and chopped up my bell peppers. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and add in our proofed yeast with our sugar in it and our instant yeast. We're going to add in our egg, vinegar, and oil mixture. Now, if you've got one of those flour things, we want to go ahead and mix this, guys. So we're going to mix this until it starts to separate. Now, even though it looks kind of watery right now, we're going to mix this until it becomes a nice little globule. So we'll come back once we get this stuff all set. All right, we're going to let that set for about 15 minutes, and we're going to let that rise. We're going to cover it up with some plastic. All righty, our beans are done, our peas are done. We're going to pour off the liquid here, and then we're just going to mash this right here, guys. Now, that's what it looks like after I just did it about maybe 15 times. All righty, we want it to have a little bit of form and structure here. Now we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of dill pickle relish. Alrighty, there's your dill pickle relish. You're going to mix that in. You can also add some seasonings in here. We're going to put some Himalayan salt in there. We got the Himalayan salt and got the white pepper in there. That was about 1/2 of a teaspoon of Himalayan salt and about 1/2 of a teaspoon of white pepper. That's about 1/2 a teaspoon of paprika. And then we're going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of our ketchup. There's the ketchup in there. Now, ideally, you might want to do it with, with tomato paste, but ketchup doesn't have as many oxalates in it as tomato paste does. So it's a little bit different, guys, but it smells good and it tastes good. Alrighty, we want to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. We're going to do this pizza a little bit differently. We're going to take this pan here and spray the inside of it. We're going to take our risen flour here and see it's come up a little bit. It's not going to come up like regular flour, guys. So don't expect it to come up like that. All right, now what we're going to do is we're just going to spread this out, and it's kind of sticky. It's not like regular flour, but you're going to spread it out, and then we're going to cook it in the oven for a little while. So I'm going to come back once I get it nice and spread out. Alrighty, it ain't pretty, but we're going to put this in the oven. Going to clean it up a little bit. Put this in the oven for about 15 minutes, and then once it's a little bit more handleable, we're going to put our toppings on. All right, guys, does that not look good right there? Now it's a little bit handleable. It was in there 15 minutes. We can add our toppings here. And don't forget that handle is hot, as I just found out. So we got our bean layer down first. All righty, we got our meat down there now. Again, what I did with that ground chicken is I just added some paprika, some ketchup, some white pepper, and some Himalayan salt to that. Then you can sprinkle some sausages on top of it if you want to. Now you don't have to put all this on yours, guys. This is just what I'm putting on mine. But you don't have to do all this. And then we'll put our vegetables up there. Okay, we got our sausage up there. Got our onions up there. Got our bell peppers up there. Got some fresh rosemary up there. All righty, we got our cream cheese up there, and then we'll put our Parmesan and our mozzarella up there. All righty. Oh, that thing is stacked. It's going to go in the oven till the cheese is melted, and this is going to be good. Probably about 15 minutes. All righty, guys. It just came out. That's what it looks like. Not your prettiest pizza in the world, but it's going to be delicious. I can already tell you. You can even move it around. So we're going to put it on a cooling sheet to cool down. If we don't break this thing, we're going to try to do it. All righty, that slid off nice and pretty. We're going to let that cool down for a little bit, then we're going to taste it. All right, guys. All right, this thing is so easy to move off the cooling rack. It's pretty easy. So we're going to cut it and see what it tastes like. All right, guys. Here we go. We have cut the pizza. Can you see that? Cut it. Look at this. Look at this. Holds real good. Look at the cheese. Wow. That's pretty darn good. Oh my God, it's real good. I wouldn't have thought it, guys. I can't talk. Hold on a second. All right, I'm sorry. I had to go give my wife a slice of this. It's really good. Guys, I'm going to have to say, this is probably one of the best pizzas I've made. And I've made a bunch of them, you know. That black-eyed pea salsa that I put up there, that's what did it. Now, I could have probably left a lot of this stuff off, but the black-eyed pea salsa, man, you got to try this recipe, guys. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if you don't like it. But it came out really, really good. Marsha loves it. She loves it. Peace.